Hey guys, welcome back for another video. It's that time again to do our game predictions and breakdown. The single game that we're going to be focusing on today is going to be, in my personal opinion, the best game of the NFL week 1 week. It's going to be the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. Really, it doesn't get any better than this. This is two of the best overall teams, two of the best Super Bowl playoff favorite teams, two of the best quarterbacks, MVP winners on both sides of the ball, facing it off, battling it out to start the season. We're just so happy that football is back. It is week 1 of the NFL season. College football just started last week. Now we have NFL. If you love football, you're basically in paradise right now. We have a lot to look forward to. First things first, though, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. Do you agree? Disagree? What are your thoughts on these games? What are your predictions for week 1? Make sure to leave it in the comment section. I will respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, make sure to check out the pinned comment down below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. We go over every single football game every week this entire season. We go over college football, NFL. We do best bets, money lines, spreads, over-unders. We break them all down. So if you're a sports fan, baseball fan, football fan, make sure to like and subscribe. But the game that we're specifically focusing on today is going to be the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. Right now you have this game. This game is practically, honestly, a 50-50 split. The Ravens here, a 49.9% chance to win. Buffalo, a 49.7%. So when you're looking at the matchup, a 0.2 difference, less than 1%. It is practically a 50-50 pick'em fan vote split. Right now, you have the Buffalo Bills, just very slightly, ever so slightly, 1.5 point favorites. The over-under is 51.5. Vegas sees a lot of runs being scored in this game, and it definitely makes sense when you have two of the offenses that can play up to this caliber. You have Lamar Jackson, previous MVP award winner, versus the reigning MVP award winner, Josh Allen. This game's at 8:20 p.m. on NBC. The Bills are going to be home. It's not going to be cold, but it's home field advantage versus the Ravens here. But the Ravens, they play the Bills well. The Bills play the Ravens well. This game, it could go either way. The outcome to this game, the possibilities are honestly endless. Right now, the Ravens, just looking at last year's stats, we kind of have some parameters of what to expect this season. They averaged 30.5 points per game. They had a top 4 overall offense in the entire NFL and a very balanced offense. Throwing for 237.4. I would honestly say that was probably Lamar Jackson's most efficient season of his entire career. He was doing a little bit of everything last year. They were throwing for 237.4. They were running for 187.6, a top 2 rushing team in the NFL, keeping the ball on the ground, draining the game clock. But also, when you can run the ball like that, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, that opened up a lot of passing abilities. That's why that was Lamar Jackson's best passing year as well. The guy can do everything. And they were giving up 21.2 points a game. And they did have a pretty shaky secondary for probably the first 10 to 12 games, going 244.1 yards per game. But they balanced it out with the number 1, not the 2, not 3, the number 1 rush defense in all of the NFL, and giving up 80.1 yards per game on the ground. Their rush defense, their front 7 created a lot of havoc. They were basically a brick wall. In order to beat the Ravens, you had to be able to down the field, vertically pass on them. Josh Allen can do that. Last year, Buffalo, 30.9 points a game, also a top 3 offense. Only the Detroit Lions had a better offense overall than these two teams. The Bills were throwing for 227.9, running for 131.2. You'll see not as balanced as the Ravens, but the Ravens might have the best overall offensive roster in the NFL. If they're not the best, they're at least top 3. They were giving up 21.6 points a game. The Bills' strength, also their rush defense, giving up 115.5. But when you look at the stats, the Ravens do have a slight edge there. Looking at the overall rosters for this team, they are bringing back a lot of players from the previous year. They've also added a couple pieces. The Ravens roster, Lamar Jackson, of course, at the quarterback position. The run game, you have Justice Hill as the second string, Derrick Henry as the leading rusher. This guy, he gets older, he gets better. He's like fine wine right now. 2,000 rushing yards last season. He had like 16 or 17 rushing touchdowns. It doesn't get any better than that. He actually started to catch the ball out the backfield, doing a little bit of everything. He has a lot of wear on him, a lot of miles on him, but so far he does not look to be shutting down. With Lamar Jackson, that is a 2-headed monster on the ground. Looking at the tight ends, 2 great tight ends. You have Isaiah Likely, you have Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is always usually a touchdown machine in the red zone. The wide receivers, Zay Flowers, great player. Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins, Walker, Wallace, Westers. There's weapons up and down the field, and you have Lamar Jackson with his precision passing he had last season that just makes everybody around him better. When everything breaks down at the line of scrimmage, when he's scrambling but yet still always keeping his eyes looking down the field, those corners, they start to lose their man, and that's when Lamar Jackson, who, like I said, is always keeping his eye looking down the field, even when he's on the move, he hits them for the deep shot. Looking at the Bills here, you got to respect this offense. It's not as good as the Ravens, but it showed statistically when you have Josh Allen, who also had an extremely efficient season. Josh Allen basically kind of had a staple on him that he was a gunslinger, a risk taker, and he usually was. He has one of the strongest arms, if not the strongest arm in the NFL. But he was extremely efficient last season, was not taking chances. He was taking whatever the defense gives him, and then just slightly taking just a little bit more. Obviously, Josh Allen holding back the quarterback position. You have Ray Davis, second string running back. James Cook, great year last year, well over 1,000 yards rushing, touchdown machine last season. At the wide receiver positions and the tight ends. Tight ends, you have Kincaid, Knox, very good 1-2 tight end. And the wide receivers, since they lost Diggs, they haven't had a true, legit, I'd say, wide receiver number one. They don't have quite the weapons that the Ravens do, but Josh Allen makes everyone around him better. Palmer, Coleman, Shakir, Moore, Curtis Samuel, Shavers. There's weapons there, and Josh Allen will always make them slightly better than they were. But in this game that could potentially be a shootout, let's just call it like it is. This game is probably going to go down to the final drive. It's going to go down to the final minutes. Could be a field goal that decides it. Could be the very final possession. Could be whoever is going to own that last quarter. Turnover, fumble, missed field goal. We know that it's going to be a razor-thin margin. The room for error in this game is non-existent. That's why it's practically a 50-50 split with the fans here. So what's my prediction? I kind of flip-flop on this one. I love both these teams. I love both these quarterbacks, but that doesn't help us with a prediction. Ultimately, I went with who I thought had the more complete team. I'm going to go Baltimore Ravens pulling off the upset. Give me Ravens winning this one 30-27. I'm going to go with that plus 1.5. I'm going to go with the over, but like I already previously said, this is one of those games. It is a 50-50 matchup, and honestly, it doesn't even matter who wins this game. These teams are probably going to meet again. They're going to deck it out. These teams are both going to have elite seasons from this point forward. Everything is still in front of them. Whether the Bills win, they're still going to make the playoffs. They're still going to win the East. It doesn't even matter. Same thing for the Ravens. These teams are bound for the playoffs, potentially bound to be slugging it out in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. Guys, that's our breakdown, our predictions, our picks, our best bets for our Baltimore Ravens versus Buffalo Bills game. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. Do you agree? Disagree? What are your thoughts on these games? What are your predictions for week one? Leave it in the comment section. I will respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, check out the pinned comment down below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. And of course, as always, thank you for watching.